Yo, check this out, y'all. Before I start this devlog, look at that and that. You already heard this in my last devlog, but this is completely and utterly new. And just so you can see my whole setup. There you go. And there's the PC that goes with it and my audio interface. So, see you all later. What's up, guys? It's Chicago the Eagle here, back at you again with another devlog. What? It's gonna be number 5, the 5th one that I've ever done, and I am so happy. I've had very, I guess you couldn't really call it minor growth because it's been exponentially increasing every video that I've been putting out. But I've been getting growth, I've been getting views, people have been starting to notice my videos, so I'm real happy for it, and I'm really happy to be doing these videos for you today. And as you all saw in the very beginning of this particular devlog, not only do I now have a blue snowball microphone, I now have a webcam, which means I can do more segments with you all while I'm actually coding and talk to you guys and actually give character to what I say. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with it. Also, coffee. Can't forget coffee. Alright, ladies and gents, so for this log, I want to start working on more levels for Punchball. I'm going to be making an animated start screen with both some working and some not working UI. What I mean by that is that UI that is used to start the game and move on to each level will work. However, I will also be adding in UI for things like the options menu and more. But I'm not going to program those in yet. So let's go ahead and get started with the start screen. So to start, I made the next level and remade the same game field as the first. Then I made a panel for the title UI. Now with the lessons I did in C#, I was so used to the boring old Arial font to the point where it began to feel like Comic Sans, just less memed. So I went out to the internet and acquired a font pack that I think looks quite nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so right now I'm currently waiting on a download for a specific 80s style font that I can use with this UI, and I think I might just go ahead and move on with the UI section of it, just for now. But at this point, well, I'm just gonna wait on this and see what happens. So, see you all soon. After I downloaded the text, I made the panel for the title and worked in the animation, which, let's face it, it's not very smooth. So I redid the animation using a lot of less actual keys, and the animation actually turned out a lot smoother after that. So then I moved on to the buttons. These are for sure going to be a bit more flashed up, but here came the first problem. I had no idea what other buttons I wanted to add. I know, noob move, right? So the button I made below the start button will be a level select button. This is going to be one I develop a little bit later. However, you can use this button to go to specific levels if you want to beat your high score for that level. After a few minutes, I then added in the 4 main vanilla balls and disabled the scripts for them. I then ran the game and kinda liked how it turned out. However, I wanted to eventually show the title first, then the buttons fade in. This would be something I have to work on later though, as I had things I needed to do. Alright. Let's get to work, huh? Hello there. Thank you for contacting tech support. How may I help you today? Okay, your device is going very slow. Okay, not a problem. I'd be more than happy to help. May I ask what type of device this is? Okay, great. A computer. Have you tried any steps to solve this issue today? Alrighty, not a problem. What do you do with your computer when this happens? I'm very sorry. I'm afraid we can't. We're not wizards, you know. However, I would be more than happy to help you through some troubleshooting. Awesome. Have you tried turning the device off and then back on? Oh, okay. What happens? I'm sorry. Did you say nothing? I'm so sorry there. I just want to make sure that I have the correct info. May I ask what button you are using to power the device? Awesome. Can you show me what yours looks like, please? Great. Can you hold for me just for 1 second? Thanks. Using the shift key. That is not the power key. That is the shift key. The shift key is for letters and characters. He's using the shift key to... Okay. Okay. I'm afraid that is your shift key and not your power button. I'm very sorry. That is totally my fault. I don't mean to waste anyone's time. Okay, so the power button is going to be the one on the top right of the computer. And it should look like a circle with a line going through the top. I am so sorry. I did not mean to suggest you're unintelligent. You want to speak to my manager? Great. I'd be more than happy to connect you. Please hold. Hello. I have my senior advisor ready to take the call. Are you there? Great, they hung up. Alright guys, welcome back to the second part of my day on this devlog. Second part of Monday, I should say. This is the second part of my day where I can actually sit down and just work on the game. So far, I have the starting level set up where you can actually hit start game and it will move on to the first level. And I have some animations set up for the tile and the buttons. And I have an extra button set up there that I want to set up later. And I do want to set up some more UI for things like options, getting to the leaderboards, in-app purchases, you know, things like that. But now I'm going to be working on reverse engineering that a little bit. On the actual game level, level 1, where you actually start, I'm going to make it to where when you win, you can actually either go back to the main menu or you can go on to the next level. Let's go ahead and get on with that. Then I came back. At this point, I had finished making the function for the start screen, and it now loads the first level in the game. I now need to add some UI on the first game level so that when you lose the game, you can go back to the main menu. After a while, I had completed it very quickly. But now I had to add in 3 buttons for the first level win condition alone. I had to add a restart button, a main menu button, and a next level button. So I pushed on with doing those. Have I mentioned that UI work is my least favorite part of programming? Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I just don't enjoy it as much as figuring out frustrating bits of code with that rewarding feeling of seeing it work in the end, or just even writing the code itself and knowing that this is building something that can do cool things, and then the satisfying of it working the first time too. But in the end, no matter. A game is a game, and games have UI. So I must make UI. As I was making the UI, I was working on the next level script and went on to make a new level. When I did, everything was blank as level should, but I wondered, what if I could make all of my scenes set up as prefab so I can just bring them in and they be there? Well, guess what? Alright, so while I was trying to work on this here and work on level 2, and I noticed everything was empty, I thought, what if I was able to insert everything from level 1 onto here? so I wouldn't have to like redo everything. But it turns out I have to redo everything, and it's just like, I need some coffee. But then another thing hit my mind. What if I was able to make a scene load function in a script, load the scenes incrementally, so that I wouldn't have to type in the string name for each level. I can just call the function and it would know what level to go to based on what level you are on.
The missile knows where it is at all times.
And no. So it looks like more manual labor for me. Okay, I got the next level function to work. Now when you complete level 1, it takes you to a blank blue screen. At this time, it was time for me to get going on level 2. Now, level 2 is going to be a bit of a challenge for me. See, I wanted to work the same way as level 1, just slightly harder. However, I don't quite know how to do that. I guess I could try out different things and see if they work. I did notice that the tiny balls add time and points really do save your life, so maybe limiting those down would help out greatly in its difficulty. In the end, it may be a number of different things that make this level harder, but for now, I'll just mess with stuff and see what I get. Okay, so, good news! I figured out that I can literally just copy paste everything from level 1 and put it on the level 2 and it will work perfectly. I figured it was, I'd have to do something in like the scripts or whatever, but it was an easy solution. All I had to do was just copy paste everything and it was already there. All I have to do is just set the scene up every level, which makes things way easier to do. But, you live, you learn, as I always say in all these devlogs. You live, you learn. And I certainly learnt here, okay? I learnt. So, back onto the devlog process here, and we're gonna just start messing with stuff now. However, when I copied and pasted everything over, I realized one major thing. Anything I do to change the behavior of these balls cannot be done in the script, with exception for the tiny balls, and I'll explain why later. Otherwise, it would change for both levels and not just level 2. So I was very careful to make sure everything was done in the inspector and in the inspector only. Here's a short list of what I actually changed. I lowered the tiny ball amount from 10 to 5, making them appear less. I made the sniper balls appear more frequently. I made the field ball spawn less frequently. And I made vanilla balls appear less frequently. Granted, my function for ball numbers control doesn't interfere with it. I kept all the original scores in time, so let's go ahead and see how much more difficult it is to reach 100 points in 2 minutes. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a duplicate script. The tiny ball spawner just kept spawning 10 balls even after I lowered the number in the inspector. I figured that this was because that was an array of the possible different balls that could be used, not necessarily the number of balls that would spawn on screen. And I was sort of half right. It worked, but not entirely how I thought. See, the script required the same number to be on that array I was decreasing before. However, as long as the script said 10, it was spawning 10 balls. So once I changed it into script to 5, the array required 5 balls to fill the slots, but in turn, it would only spawn 5 balls. So that was a challenge. I actually lost this one this time by 2. Showing that this is definitely possible to play this game, and with more skill, easier to beat this level. And that was that. Levels 1 and 2 were at that point done, and it was about 10 PM at night when I did. Now I had to modify the UI for level 3,
and then create levels 3 and 4. I had hoped to at least get those done by the same night, which I did, and then finish up the levels 1 through 10 the next day, which I did. This devlog will probably be late releasing. Actually, it is late releasing because it's the Tuesday after the Tuesday I was supposed to post last time, but hey, what gives. But, you know, this is going to be another two-parter, I'm afraid. I'm going to be releasing this one now here on Tuesday, and then I'll get to part 2 as soon as I possibly can. But anyway, if you all like these videos, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell so you all know exactly when I post my videos. And I will see you later. Jack Eagle out.